Hey everybody, it's Andy McKee here, and I'm with my friend Mike Dawes. He's going to be one of the instructors at Musicarium this year, and so I wanted to catch up with him real quick and see what he's been up to and see what he's thinking about for Musicarium. So, what's up, Mike?
Hey man, it's good to see you. It's been a long time, except for the conversation we just had before you hit record. It's other than that, it's been a long time. It's great to
Yeah,
see
that
you.
was about half a second ago, but yeah, before
And
that, it's been a
thank you.
while.
Super stoked for the camp. Super stoked that you guys are having me back again. It was such a blast last time with Vince and Callum and Trevor and all those guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, and I'm glad you're able to come this time. Yeah, no, we had you scheduled a couple years ago, but then of course COVID, and we had to reschedule things. We couldn't get you last year because of all that still too. But here we are now, finally getting you back in, man. So I'm glad you're you're
That's
able,
I'm
you're
lucky.
able to make it. Yeah. So what's been new with you, man?
Well, dude, I mean, it's like many touring musicians. We had a good couple of years of thumb, especially the international people. Well, from the American point of view, the international people like myself, we were unable to come over to the States and play, and that's why I was unable to make these past two camps. I noticed you had Yvette play as a kind of last minute. Yvette Young was playing and teaching at the camp. She's awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
But this year, as a consequence of that, has been just hitting the road extra hard. We were just talking about tours that we've both been on. Been out with Tommy Emmanuel a lot, and with Yasmin, and with solo stuff. And right now with Justin Hayward from the Moody Blues, who I've been playing with for about 9 years now, kind of opening the shows for him, and then playing alongside him, so playing Nights in White Satin and all of that stuff. Unfortunately, right now I'm a quarantined boy in Birmingham, Alabama, so I've come down with the dreaded plague for the first time. So I get to sit on my laptop and talk to my friends, such as yourself, and drink Starbucks whilst waiting to get better and carry on with the tour. Fun fact: I was able to use the Starbucks drive-through without a car for the first time ever, which is a
Oh.
yeah. I was sort of went up to the thing and they were like, "Sir, you need a car to be in this lane." I said, "I have COVID." They go, "What's your order, sir?" So I come up just like in my little car position. It was great. Anyway, thank you, Alabama Starbucks, for keeping everybody safe. So yeah, that's it. Hitting the road hard, but right now getting a little bit of forced downtime mid tour.
Yeah, man. Well, I had to reschedule a tour back in January because Omicron was coming. I was kind of raging, and so we postponed that. And I actually had COVID myself back in February, so I kind of know the boat you're in there. It's hopefully you'll get through it just fine. I think you're probably well on your way to getting back out there and playing some more gigs.
Yeah, keep calm and carry on is what we say. But only once I'm testing negative and feeling good, because that's the thing. Lots of moving parts on a tour. You know.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, sun's out, and we're all feeling good, and yeah, looking forward to being with people again, and yeah, teaching as well, which is a huge passion. And I remember last time at the camp, it was a lot of fun indeed with all the groups, jamming with them, and hanging out, and seeing like people. You must appreciate this. I know you appreciate this because you have a heart the size of a freaking tropical watermelon. Like, I mean that spiritually, not literally. You would explode if that. But when somebody takes the time to learn one of your songs and plays it to you, that's the kind of thing that happens at these camps. It's just the most beautiful thing in the world. So really appreciate you for that. Like having me come to these camps and having the opportunity to see that. It's amazing, amazingly profound.
Yeah, it's like you never could have guessed when you were writing those tunes that they could have that much meaning to somebody else that they would take the time to learn to play it just because they love it so much, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. I see that a lot with your stuff, man. I mean, everywhere in the world, I hear people playing your tunes. Beijing, go to a fingerstyle guitar festival, and there's people playing your tunes. It's wild, and they all come together at these camps. It's a good time.
Yeah, man. So what kind of stuff are you looking forward to at the camp? What kind of things are you going to be teaching, I guess I should say?
Well, yeah, the teaching stuff is really interesting because, well, last time at the camp we kind of divided people into different groups based on ability. It's kind of an all abilities thing, and people kind of get put into different kind of learning paces. But then it is still a communal thing as well, and people can kind of take things. But over all the years of teaching clinics and things, a lot of the common questions are to do with technique. Obviously, that's something that people always want to know about. And in my case, a lot of the time, people want to know about right hand technique specifically. A lot of people come to these camps with a certain level of proficiency with guitar playing in general. basic shapes and proficiency in the left hand. But with this whole fingerstyle thing, that you do, and Calum and Trevor and myself and Christie's going to be there as well, and Billy. I'm looking forward to meeting Billy. Wow. A lot of it's going to be right hand focused, but there's the tunings. There's might be a few little song sections as well, but I really love going with the flow a little bit with the students. So because it's such a social thing, these camps, because we're hanging out, not quite 24/7, but a lot of the time. I remember last time people would come up to me on day one and say, "Hey, I'd really like to learn XYZ. Can we do that?" And then I'd say yes, and then I'd figure out a way to weave that into the course as we go. The main goal is to just give anyone who's coming the solutions to any questions that they bring to the table. Nothing from my point of view is going to be completely set in stone. I like to kind of ebb and flow a little bit based on their needs. So, and that's always exciting for me, because when I start to teach things based on a student's question at the time, I end up learning more about the things that I'm doing than I did before. You end up kind of through the process of teaching it, you discover, oh yeah, that's actually quite cool, which is a lot of fun. It certainly keeps it fresh. So yeah, we'll be flowing around a little bit, techniques and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of forces you to analyze stuff that you just did naturally that maybe you didn't even think about that much. And you're like, oh yeah, I guess this is how I do it. And
Yeah,
you have
one,
to
one,
break it
one
down.
one example of that, I think it actually might have come from from your guitar camp when I was there, is that people were asking me about the kick drum percussion thing,
Mm.
and I had to kind of analyze it, and I realized, oh yeah, it's literally like riding a motorbike and throttling a motorbike. That's literally the motion, right? And then I've been kind of describing it like that ever since. So it's quite fun getting the kind of symbiotic feedback loop going.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. I've always been really curious about your right hand. It's really unique. Whenever I've watched you play, you've got this just unique sort of position. So I might have to sit in on your. Yeah, there it is. I might have to sit in on your class to see if I can pick something up, man.
Damn, dude. That's yeah, that's quite intimidating.
Oh,
But
man.
of course, it's wild to think after all these years being able to do these guitar camps with you, dude. I mean, you started this whole thing for people of my generation, so it's wild, and it's amazing how there's a whole new generation of people coming through now. Just thinking in terms of time, and a really cool thing about these camps as well is that something I try to do at shows as well is always talk about the musicians that inspired me. It's something that you do all the time with Michael Hedges and Preston and Billy, who you've got coming to the camp, who I know a lot of these students will have never seen Billy play live. I've certainly never seen Billy play live. So I'm
Hmm.
really, really stoked about that. It's sort of, filling in all these gaps in our fingerstyle knowledge by saying, oh, you need to learn this repertoire, or you might have skipped over this. A lot of kids now, they'll open up YouTube and they'll start at X, Y, or Z when they've missed out, H, I, J, K in their development. Um,
Hmm.
Strange analogy there. I hope it makes sense. So I'm really excited about that. I'm looking forward to filling some gaps in my own sort of fingerstyle guitar encyclopedia.
Right on. No, that's a great analogy, man. That was perfect. Yeah, and I know what you mean. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like when I was coming up, listening to the guys in the '90s, the guys you mentioned. Yeah, it was just kind of a different world at that time. So yeah, I like to try to get some of my influences every year. I bring in Don Ross or
Yeah,
Preston or Billy, and yeah, sure, happy to get Billy again this year.
yeah,
But
it's a great thing that you're doing, man. Really, it's a really great thing, and it's a cool location as well. Looking forward to being back.
yeah, me too, man. Well, all right, brother. Well, thank you so much for your time, and thanks for making time. I guess you're just chilling in the hotel a bit, but I appreciate you,
Oh yeah, I'm
coming
wearing
on.
I'm wearing nothing. Like, this is it. What's funny? I was saying on stage the other day, like, I spent the pandemic watching Netflix in my pants, which in America just means like wearing clothes.
Right. You meant underwear, is what we would
Yeah,
say.
exactly. That's what I'll be teaching. I'll be teaching British phoneticisms.
There
And
we go.
there we go, governor.
Yeah, and spellings, you always get that U in there, like color and favor.
Yeah,
We got
exactly. You know why that is, by the way? It's because the printing press people or whoever made the signs in America, they were charged by the letter, and
ah,
the reason for it is just to save money, like to print less letters, fewer letters. True story.
man.
What Tuesday, innit?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Lovely.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you get back to chilling out, and well, I look forward to seeing you in July, man. Thanks again for
Yeah.
making some time, Mike.
Dude, it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. See you there.
I will see you there. All right,
Bye.
folks, if you'd like a little more information, you can head to AndyMcKee'sMusicarium.com, and it's going to be from July 18th through the 21st. And we're going to have Mike there, Calum Graham, Trevor Gordon Hall, Christie Lenee, and a special guest, Billy McLaughlin. And we've actually got another guest that we've just signed up. They'll be announcing that pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. That's right, Mike. Special guest, another one.
Special guest. That's exciting. Tell me.
Yeah, man.
Give me the tea.
All right, folks. So we'll hope to see you there. So yeah, we'll see you on the road sometime as well. Take care, everybody. Thanks.